welcome back, peeps, to the Banner Bros channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the new map, Khandor Hideout, but today a little bit differently. It's not going to be just some general gameplay. Today, we're going to be actually going into the tactical map. So we're going to be going over the locations. What is each location called? Where are usually the flags located? Where are the hard points located? And just a little bit of general tips and tricks on how this map works. All right, I did get this from the Activision blog and other places, so these are actually coming, these are tips actually coming directly from Activision, so I can translate onto you guys. So we're going to start here, as you guys can see, at the what is this, at the western side of the map. All right, this is where the coalition spawn. This is called Arc. All right, so in team-based game modes, obviously we're going to spawn on this side, so coalition spawns on this side and the enemy team spawns on the other side. All right, because of the tactical importance of this area, it is important that you get out of here really quickly. All right, why? Because you don't have a lot of cover. So for example, if the enemy pushes here, they can get you really easy with snipers. So let's move on to the second location, which is called Backlock. All right, so after this one, usually this is where people push if you're trying to get A flag, which is actually pretty important. So you push to this location and it is called Backlock. All right, this is where A flag is going to be, and there's going to be the entrance to the bike shop or garage. Right, in this one we've got a garage here. There's a lot of these dumpsters around the map, so just be aware of that. From this dumper you can come up here and you can snipe the people. So this is where they would be spawning. If you hold this location, you've got a pretty good visual on the middle of the map. This is why it's important that once you spawn, you rush this location and you get somebody here, you get somebody on point. All right, just always be aware of this right hand side over here. But from the start, this dumpster story is going to be really good. All right, again, it's important that in domination you hop on A flag immediately. Next up, we're going to go to Residence, which is this building over here. This is called Residence. It is a fully accessible 2-story home that sits between the central and south lanes on the west side of Hideout. All right, so we've got just kind of like a fairly big room here, and it seems kind of like washing and a kitchen here. Just so you guys know as well, in Cyber Attack and Hardpoint Domination and Hardpoint HQ, this is going to be one of the locations, so just be aware of that, so you know how to dominate. There's actually a second story to this building here. Usually you can't snipe out of this window. You don't really want to hop out here. Usually what people do is they would open these doors. Once you open the doors, you've got a pretty good visual on maybe this little middle part of the map and a little bit into here. The important thing from here is that you can actually jump onto here and do a little bit hardcore parkour and get on this building here and snipe this middle part. But this one, usually people just go into it once in a while, maybe to hide a little bit, and when you are trying to dominate and when you're trying to get the Cyber Attack or Hardpoint HQ. Next up, we're going to go to Garage, which is going to be the one right to the north of it. Again, just so you guys know your areas, this is the north side, as you guys can see in my compass. Obviously, this is going to be the south side. That is going to be the east side, and this is going to be the west side. All right, so just so you guys have an idea as well when I'm talking. So let's go to the north side of the map and jump right into here, which is going to be the garage. Again, if you guys didn't know, on the top in your compass you can see the names, so I am actually calling them by the names that Activision gave them. All right, so this is between Backlock and Armor areas. This is just north of the lab, which is called Garage. All right, it features a parked truck on the outside here and some bikes here. This is made for close quarter combat. As you guys can see, once you come in here, it's pretty close fighting. A lot of people do push here, so just be aware of that, because maybe the enemy team might be trying to rush you on the A side, so you might encounter a lot of close quarter combats here. So if you have a sniper, maybe take your pistol out. If you know how to quickscope, definitely do quickscope. Next up, we're going to go to Delivery, which is going to be right in front of Residence, and its delivery is just going to be this general truck here, which is going to be right in front of right in front of the lab, sorry. And again, it's just maybe some extra cover, but this is what it's called, Delivery. Next up, we're going to go into Market, which is going to be on the south side of the map, and it's going to be on this location right here. So this is Market. We just got a couple of stores over here, people selling, it seems like, meat and bread and some other stuff. You can't go on this one, but you can go on this one. You guys can see there is a ladder, and we can go hop on this one. Maybe you can lay down, pick up some people. There is a place where you can hop on there, and you can hop on that building as well. So I wouldn't really recommend here being that much, especially because they can get you from that window as well, from that door as well, from here. This is many locations. This general area is mostly for snipers. So north side of the map is going to be close quarter combat, and if you do have a sniper, it's going to be on the south side of the map where the Market and C flag is. This is where you will find most of your snipers. Next up, we're going to go into armor, which is on the other side of the map. I'm just going back and forth just so I don't miss anything in the map. So next up, we're going to go into armor, which is right after garage, and it's going to be these armored truck right here. Pretty easy to remember. Don't be afraid to take cover behind this massive armored truck. It can definitely take a few hits, especially once you're trying to get cover from these guys here. There'd be a lot of whoever gets lab basically controls the map. So lab is a really, really important location, and they can take you out from those windows, from that window. So pushing into here, taking cover from the south side of the map, sorry, from lab, you can take cover here and pick up a couple enemies coming up in here. Again, this is a pretty important bomb site as well, and this is also the location for the A bomb site in search and destroy. Again, here there's some other places that you can hop on. A lot of these ledges, just watch out for these ledges when you're playing in the game. Again, you know, you can pop up here, you can pop up in this one, so just be aware of these little of these walls. A lot of people can pop up, and then you can come on this dumpster as well, pick up a couple of people here. So just always be aware of that. Next up, let's go into lab, right? The big part of the map, the hub of Khandor Hideout. So it's going to be this 2-story large lab where apparently our Katala forces were creating more gas to further their agenda of world domination, right? That's the story they're giving this one. In this main area, which is where the 2 large doors are and the delivery lead to, its open air can be where mid-range weapons like assault rifles can shine. Elsewhere in the complex, CQB loadout will be advantageous, especially against the snipers who will look to take out this power position filled with windows to overlook all 3 lanes. So this is where it has this big double doors. So from delivery, you can hop on here. This is against CQB. You've got a little room over here on this side. Not sure why. I guess you can't. Oh, I guess. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's always been like that. But yeah, apparently you can't go in there, but I can see it. Not sure. Can I throw? Whoa. Maybe it's glitched. But yeah, so you can only be in this little room. You got the gas. This is all called lab, right? You've got an entry doorway here, and you got one over here. Usually people will try to control this area. Again, this you can see this is where B flag is. People try to go probably in this window. On this one, you can pick people off here. You can pick people off here, and just the general area. So this place is really, really powerful. And why? Because this is a really good spot to cover, especially if they're trying to come at you. You can hear the footsteps. Peek, boom, take them out. I went in here with a shotgun, and man, shotgun definitely destroyed this location. So if you got a sniper, you got a pretty good shot, but shotguns will basically rule the world. You've got another kind of like a little balcony here on the south side of lab, which you can hop out here. This you can get also from this location, so be aware of that one. From here, usually you can find some people peeking here. This is where I can get some kills as well. I would usually from here peek out over here, maybe get a couple kills spawning, just some guys spawning in here. Again, you can shoot that side, you can shoot that side. So just be aware of this. This is one of the main locations you can also have on here. So just be aware that there is 2 balconies on this one. People may be trying to take you out. Again, with that in mind, remember it is important that you cover every point of the entry lab. When you do have an objective in this place, for example, B, or when you have any other objective, it is just really, really important that you cover most of the entry areas because there is just a lot of them. Next up, let's go into, Next up, let's go into field, which is a small power generator building in a massive tower that is basically the main thing in this part of the field. Because of this area's open nature, it's best to find cover while traveling through here. Lest you be a sitting duck against snipers on either side of it from the lab. Again, this is going to be where snipers shine. Like I said, on the north side is going to be close quarter combat. This is going to be open area. I mean, you can see it's just basically open area everywhere. They can shoot you from there, from there, from there, from there, from there, from there, and down there as well. So just be aware of this. If you are trying to rush and try and go around here, you can throw like a smoke, pop smoke right here in the middle. So a lot of people do is they'll try to go over here, maybe check here, check there, nobody there. You move quickly here, and you will find, after playing here a lot, I do find a lot of people camping in this area. So just be aware of that. Maybe if you're coming from this side, be aware, always check these corners. There can be also somebody over here. I mean, it's insane. I find a lot of people, again, camping on this side, and it seems like you're pretty visible, but when you're aiming from there, this grass kind of covers like half your body. So just be aware of that as well. And again, maybe just always bring your sniper or a long range gun if you are traveling through here. Next up, let's go into lookout, which is going to be this building right over here on the east side of the map. As you guys can see on the top, lookout here. And it's another residence that acts kind of like a lookout tower for the Alcatala forces when they were trying to get into the lab. So it has, let's check just the bottom part. It does have an entryway here that leads into C and into the field here. We're going to close that up. And it has another entryway here, and has another entryway here. So it has quite a bit of entryways. Usually, I'd like, if you're like sitting in here, try and put a bouncing Betty in here, just so nobody comes here. Is another, again, CQB. This is close quarter combat in here. What I find is once people start killing you in here, they'll go in the bathroom and hide. There's also something pretty neat in here. So I found, again, you know, people would kill you here, and then once you start going for them, they're just come in here, hide in the shower, and just wait for you to pass by and boom, blow your heads off. So if you come in here, get your close quarter combat weapon out, because this is definitely close quarter combat. It's a pretty good balcony that you got here. You got quite a bit of view on the general mid size of the map. As you guys can see, this is a 3-lane map. You got the middle, you got this, and you got that side. So this side does cover pretty good. It does cover that entrance into A, so you can definitely snipe people off from this. And you can cover that doorway as well. So be aware, this is also a pretty popular spot where a lot of people can get into. And as well, within this building is the third hardpoint hill, or HQ, for those who like those game modes. Now let's hop on to one of the final locations. Not the final one yet, but almost. It's called Radio, which is going to be this location over here, which has this big kind of cannon in the middle, and where C flag is. In order to communicate back to superiors, Alcatala forces used this building as their broadcast center for the radio signals. You guys can see it has a big antenna in here. For combat purposes, one can find a ladder on the backside, which is where I just hopped in, and it doesn't offer any cover here. So if you do like deployable shields, you can set one up here and cover this location pretty good. What people usually do is they hop on here and then just immediately go prone, try to pick some people off. But I personally don't like this area. I would maybe look at it as a quick peek, maybe a quick lookout, right? So I'll come in here, maybe take a quick peek. If I see somebody, maybe I'll try to take one shot and then go down. But you're just pretty open in here. You are just willingly trying to get killed. It's not that good a little location. But if you do maybe have an LMG, that's what people do. LMG and mounted, you could definitely wreck some people. You know, probably after the first, second kill, they're just going to come and peek you and take you out really easy. But just to be noted, again, over here as well, on the C location, you can hop on here and exchange gunfights with the guy over there, which you can also go into. Now let's go into the security, which is where the Allegiance will be spawning, which is going to be right here. So it's just this little area. You can see in the top, security. It's just a small area. This is the only part called security, and this is where the enemy team, or where the other team, is going to spawn. Again, like the Arch, which is the other spawn side, this area is fairly insignificant when it comes to tactics, again, because it doesn't offer that much support, and from here you can't really take any shots over there, so it doesn't offer that much support, just so you guys know. So do be aware of that. I did miss one as well, which is this one right here, called the Recycle. And this is just basically, this village apparently was kind of like environmentally friendly. So where all the TVs are, this is the area that is called Recycle. This is a transition into the map's north lane, which is going to be here. So usually people spawn here, and you're trying to rush A. There's usually a lot of gunfights going on at this location. I have encountered a lot. Again, another dumpster here, so you can hop on here and take care of this doorway here. So be aware of this location. Be aware of Recycle. A lot of people do go through here to try and go into A or cover the A side. So general, be aware of the dumpsters. Be aware of the walls. That most walls have a dumpster or something you can climb on, so you can basically peek it with your head and take him out. Again, this is a traditional 3-lane map this side. Remember, everything, expect plenty of action to take place in this central building, which is the lab, especially during objective game modes. Here, close quarter weapons will help you capture this important position, while long range ones as sniper rifles will help you defend it. The south is for snipers, which is that side, and the CQBs, which is a close combat weapons, will be on the north side. Hardpoint, if you are playing hardpoint and you love that game mode, the field to lab is key. So again, if you during the hardpoint matches try and get field, which is on the south side, and then from the north try and go into the lab. Again, there's just a few tips and tricks I pulled up from Activision blog and from all these other places to try and give you the best tips and tricks and the best pro tips and tricks on how to dominate in this new Khandor Hideout map. All right, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you do have another tips that you guys would like to add, do add it in the comments down below. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one.